Hey, what's up? My name is Krika, and I'm checking out the Kyosho RC Surfer 3. I saw this guy back in the early 2000s when Kyosho first released it, and I always really wanted to get one, but just didn't have the money back then. And they kind of quit making them, and they went out of just no more parts, and then so they were just gone. And then here it is, July, or no, it came out in July 2016, and I saw it, and I wanted to get one because they seem pretty cool, you know. I live near the ocean, and there's little spots where you could take them out. So anyway, got the thing, opened it up. Initially, one of the cooling lines had gotten caught between the deck and the board itself, and kind of crushed. And I was missing the cap for the antenna tube, and I think that was it initially, you know. So I took it out with a nickel metal hydride battery to a local spot, and it was so slow. It could not go over the waves barely. It could not keep up with the waves. So I tried to use a LiPo battery, and that didn't help not a whole ton, so I decided to upgrade the guy completely. The electronics, that is. So well, first let's talk about the guy. First time, his foot broke right at the base mount there. It just, the little insert that fits up in the foot just fell apart, and so he couldn't upright, and the boat just, the thing, surfer dude, just didn't work anymore. So I brought him home, and I got some 2-part epoxy glued up, shot up inside of one of the holes to plug it, and basically tried to plug both holes so no water would get into his feet cavities. And then I think you should really, I didn't do it, but you should probably super glue with super heavy duty glue in every single joint, and then silicone it afterwards, because you don't want any water to get in the body. And actually, when I had to send back the first guy, they sent me the second guy. This is the second guy. Just holding him as I was gluing his feet, his forward arm there broke off just in my hands. The glue is not very good. So they sent me a third guy, which I have, and I was thinking about stripping him down somehow and then possibly taking him apart and gluing him properly. I don't know. Anyways, I haven't really had a super excellent surf session with this thing, so I don't know how much time I want to put into it. I put enough in it already. So let's talk about the board itself. On eBay, I bought a hop-up kit that came with the little rubber nose guard. It came with the brass prop down there. And it came with these deck screws that have the thicker black rubber. And then on the inside, it came with the much better neoprene deck seal, as opposed to the little foamy one that Kyosho includes stock. So you need to do that. I mean, I think all those goods can be bought at OSE, Offshore Electronics. Or you can get the hop-up kit on eBay. Makes it easy, one-stop shop. So that's enough about the outside at this moment. So let's take out the top and look at what we did on the inside. I totally stripped every single thing I could possibly out of there because they were just not so great. So we'll start up at the front. I have the Hobby Wing 60 amp ESC. And I got the Spectrum SR 2000 WP waterproof. And let's get this out of the way here. The waterproof brushless Expert WR 4401. So, and then the motor. Let's get that out of the way. You can see there. It's the Hobby Wing Sea King 3180 KV. 3660, I guess, is the series or the can size motor. I replaced the stock cooling lines, obviously, when I upgraded to 9/16, I believe is the size. Kind of tried to zip tie them together to keep it clean. And for the insides, let's get rid of the battery. Rah! So I was having a problem when putting on the deck, lining up these cooling lines, and they had a tendency to want to go right there and be crushed, or up here. So I drilled 2 small holes on each side and got a little zip tie through there, and that kind of keeps it clean so the lines won't be crimped in any way. Let's see back here on this side, my upgrades. Let's see, let's move this out of the way. I've not been able to put together a flex cable system that would, I think, handle this. I contacted OSC. He recommended, or he thought that the smaller cables just wouldn't pull it with a high torque motor, I guess. In any case, it's another video, I guess. So I replaced the stock motor screws with these HPI. I don't have the part number, but instead of being 3x8, they're 3x10, and they have this black, wider, flanged head, which I think kind of pushes down, hopefully a little better. Different. Oh yeah, the motor screws themselves, those black Allen's. And the coupler itself has been kind of an interesting adventure also. For it comes 3.18 to 3.18, and well, the motor's 5mm, so luckily I have a friend who has a machine shop, and he just tapped out the one in for me. Good to go. I was having a problem before I added, ooh, yes, the car weights. You can see them. The car weights. I was finding that the RC Surfer likes to skip a lot. It's pretty powerful, so he's like, brr, 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 it's skipping. So a little bit of weight up here in the front hopefully will bring the nose down so it rides a little more plain. And that's part of the whole motor deal, is that with this heavier motor and those stock screws, I was finding the motor was flexing quite a bit. When you have a rigid, straight propeller shaft, that's not a good thing, and I snapped it, of course. So I added the weights down there, and the motor it just really closely touches it. So if it wanted to flex at all, it would just push against it and not get any flex. I hope. That's in theory. Where else are we? Yeah. Oh, yes. Back here. The Kyosho cap. I highly, highly advise you to get some marine deck tape, excuse me, and cover that, because the first time I went out, phew, gone. And I thought there was nothing, I don't know, it just gone. And I contacted them, and they were nice enough to send me another one, and they recommended the tape, and I taped it on all four sides. I took it out, and there was water inside. And I discovered that back here it was filling with water and had no place to go, so it forced its way up the steering line here, and it was filling up down at the bottom. No bueno. And so the little red seal in there, I don't know if it wasn't set up right or something, so I tried tightening it just a little bit, but it still can turn well. Yeah, mine was missing, actually. It was missing the little nut that goes on the bottom of the steering arm itself. Still don't have that. I got to find one of those. But anyway, so I put a piece of tape on the very back portion, in thinking that if the water has to force its way out, hopefully it'll just push past the seal here and not force its way in the cavity again, but we'll see. Hopefully just no water goes in there at all. That would be nice. Yeah, maybe I will put that fourth piece of tape back on there and see if my adjustment kept it so the water didn't come in there. Otherwise, I'm kind of at a loss. I don't know what to do. The guy at Kyosho was saying possibly the power of the motor was forcing the water to go in there. So, I don't know. I was thinking maybe if I built a small shield like right at the top up there, that it would defer some of the water power, that's getting forced on that little seal. I don't know. But, oh yeah, and then the cooling lines, those little pickups right there, they kind of had paint and goop right at the edge of them. So I kind of scraped it out a little bit just so that you would get a better water flow, of course. You want to keep your electronics cool. I don't think I hooked up the cooling lines correctly. I think I read that you want to go through the ESC first and then through the motor and out. And I was thinking the first thing you want to cool is your motor because it's working the hardest. But apparently you don't want to it's not a great idea to send the lukewarm water through the ESC. You're not cooling the ESC then? I don't know. But the couple times I've used it, I've touched both and they're not even warm at all, so I don't think I really have a problem. I mean, I'm not like a haul out, when you're out there surfing, you paddle out to the spot and then you wait. You're not like just ripping around the whole time. I mean, you can for fun, but in any case, I'm hoping to get a couple videos here coming soon of Mr. RC Surfer in the waves, doing his thing. Feet not breaking, propeller shaft not snapping. What else? Yeah, I think that's been it. The major causes why I've been knocked out of commission. And obviously the first time it was just too slow. But now it gets plenty of speed. It goes fast. Alright, well hey, thanks for checking out RC Surfer, and hopefully you'll see him in the waves soon. Cool.